Americans love to use idioms every single day. And most of our idioms have themes to them. They use animals or food, or in today's case, they use scary or spooky themes. For example, he was in prison for 20 years because he killed 6 people in cold blood. This is the type of idiom I'm going to teach you today. Even though these idioms can be used all year long, I decided to teach them to you today because it's a scary time of year. Hey there, I'm Gabby. Welcome to English with Gabby. Today I'm going to teach you 25 idioms that will help you improve your vocabulary. Are you ready to get started? Here we go. Number 1, to make your blood run cold. This is something that scares you a lot. For example, that scene in the movie made my blood run cold. It was so scary. To play devil's advocate. This is a really common expression that we use when we're arguing or debating with people. Someone is giving one perspective and we want to play the devil's advocate by giving an opposite perspective, even if it's not actually the way that we feel. For example, if someone is saying that they love the leader of your country, you might love them too, but to add some excitement to the conversation, you might say, let me play the devil's advocate and give another opinion. And here is where you give the opposite opinion to add some interesting aspects to the conversation. Your plan is great, but let me play the devil's advocate and tell you some weak points of your idea. Number 3, to dig your own grave. This is when you do something foolish that impacts you in a negative way. You're basically hurting yourself. For example, I don't think you should do that. You're digging your own grave. Number 4, and this one should sound familiar. He was in prison for 20 years for killing 6 people in cold blood. In cold blood here means without remorse, without feeling sorry, without feeling guilty. This is where the expression a cold-blooded killer comes from. So if you watch any police dramas or crime movies, this is something that you're very likely to hear. Number 5, like a bat out of hell. This is when you leave a place really quickly. You run out of there. For example, when she heard the scary sound, she ran like a bat out of hell. Number 6, over my dead body. This means never, not gonna happen. For example, Maria asked me if she could borrow my car, but I told her over my dead body. Number 7, skeletons in the closet. This is also a political idiom because we use this a lot to talk about politicians. This is when someone has secrets that they are trying to hide. In some cases, it literally means skeletons, meaning they've done really bad things like murder people or hid dead bodies. But usually it's not that extreme. Typically, it's just used to talk about people who are hiding secrets that they don't want people to know. For example, why do politicians always have so many skeletons in the closet? Number 8, a skeleton staff or a skeleton crew. This is the minimum amount of employees that are needed to run a company. For example, because of COVID quarantines, most companies were running with skeleton staff. Number 9, to be stabbed in the back or to stab someone in the back. This is when you betray someone or you do something bad to someone who's supposed to be your friend or even family. For example, I can't believe he stabbed you in the back by trying to steal your girlfriend. That's so terrible. Number 10, a witch hunt. A witch hunt is when you want someone to be guilty of something. So you start an investigation in order to find something bad that they did. Typically, people do this with those that they don't like or people who have opposing or opposite opinions. This is a really common political idiom. The political party was on a witch hunt against the congressman after he gave his views on immigration. Dead in the water, when something failed and most likely will never be successful in the future. For example, How can world leaders fix their economies when some of them are dead in the water? Number 12, to spill your guts. To spill your guts is when you're really honest and you share all of your personal information with someone. For example, the police scared her into spilling her guts so that she would avoid going to prison. Number 13, a dead man walking. Dead man walking is when someone is in a position where they're either going to lose their life or lose their job, lose some type of position. For example, imagine that a prisoner is in jail and he received the death penalty. People call him a dead man walking because he is scheduled to die soon. We can also use this when someone has a job and they made a big mistake and the manager is going to fire them, but he hasn't fired them yet. So we might say, after the big mistake he made at work, he's a dead man walking. Number 14, if looks could kill. If looks could kill is an expression that we use when someone is giving you a really evil or mean look. And we say, wow, if looks could kill, you would be dead. That means that the look they're giving you is so bad that it could just kill you. Why is Marcia looking at you like that? If looks could kill, you'd be dead. Number 15, as blind as a bat. This is used to describe someone who has really bad eyesight, really bad vision. For example, without my glasses, I'm as blind as a bat. A ghost town. A ghost town typically talks about a town or a city that has been abandoned, meaning no one lives there anymore. However, we can also use this for cities or towns that are really quiet. For example, I went out past 9 o'clock and it was like a ghost town. Number 17, to make someone's blood boil. This means to make someone really angry and upset. Ugh, when people are disrespectful, it makes my blood boil. Number 18, to bury the hatchet. To bury the hatchet is when you choose to forgive someone and forget the problems that existed between you two. I'm so glad that Katie and I buried the hatchet. We've become really good friends. Number 19, scared to death. This is when something really, really scares you. I couldn't find my phone for 4 hours and I was scared to death that someone stole it. Number 20, you look like you've seen a ghost. This is when someone looks shocked, surprised, and pale without any color in their face, which we call pale. For example, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Number 21, to be out for blood. This is when you want extreme revenge on someone. You want to hurt them. You want them to feel pain because of what they did to you. The two gangs were out for blood because of past tensions. Number 22, to roll over in your grave. This is when we think that a person who has died would be angry about what's happening here in the world. For example, if a son is doing something that was the opposite of his father's viewpoints, we would say, wow, your father must be rolling in his grave. Another example would be, you're selling your mom's company, she must be rolling over in her grave. It sounds kind of strange, but it's actually pretty common. Number 23, as pale as a ghost. Since ghosts are white and pale, when someone looks really pale, we say, wow, you're as pale as a ghost. Are you sick? You're as pale as a ghost. Number 24, scared stiff. Scared stiff means to be really, really afraid. It's almost as if you can't move because you're so scared. That movie had me scared stiff. I'm never watching that again. And the last one, number 25, to bite someone's head off. No, this is not about zombies. This is actually about being angry. To bite someone's head off is when you're so mad that you attack them with anger. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like that. The boss bit my head off because I missed the meeting this morning. Well, there you have it. 25 new idioms that you can use every single day. If this post helped you out, make sure to hit the like button below and make sure to subscribe so that you can see all of my weekly videos. And also don't forget to share this channel with a friend so that they can improve their English too. Thanks so much for tuning in. Talk to you soon.